I'm about to show you my bank account from 6 months ago, and then I'm going to show you what happened after I made one smart financial decision that everyone told me to make. I lost $47,000. And the worst part? I thought I was doing everything right. If you've ever felt like you're terrible with money or like everyone else has it figured out except you, stay with me. Let me take you back to June of last year. I was 28 years old, making about $65,000 a year, and I had finally saved up $50,000. $50,000. Do you know how long it took me to save that? 5 years. 5 years of skipping vacations, saying no to nights out, driving a beat-up car while my friends bought new ones. But then everyone started asking, what are you going to do with it? My dad said I needed to invest it. My coworker told me about flipping houses. My girlfriend's brother who worked in finance said the stock market was going crazy. Even people on the internet, YouTube, finance gurus, TikTok influencers, everyone was saying, savings accounts are for suckers. Your money needs to work for you. So I made a decision. I took $47,000 of my $50,000 savings and split it up. $20,000 into index funds, $15,000 into tech stocks everyone was raving about, and $12,000 into cryptocurrency. I kept just $3,000 as my emergency fund. The first 2 weeks were incredible. I'd wake up and I'd be up $800. The next day, another $1,200. I was making more money in my sleep than I made in a week at my job. My portfolio hit $52,000. I had made $5,000 in 3 weeks. I started dreaming about turning $50,000 into $100,000 in a year. Then one morning in late June, I woke up to my phone buzzing nonstop. Market correction. Tech stocks plummet. Crypto crash. I opened my portfolio app and my stomach dropped. I was down $8,000 in one night. One of my tech stocks dropped 35% in a single day. That's $5,000 just gone. Bitcoin dropped 20%. Within 3 days, my $52,000 portfolio was at $38,000. And here's where I made my biggest mistake. I panicked. Everyone online was saying, don't sell, it'll bounce back. But all I could think was, what if I lose everything? So I sold everything at a massive loss. 2 weeks later, everything bounced back. The stocks I sold recovered and went higher. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high a month later. If I had just done nothing, I would have been fine. But instead, I locked in my losses. But it gets worse. 3 weeks later, my car broke down. $2,800 for repairs. Then my girlfriend needed help with rent. Another $1,500. My emergency fund was gone. And the money I pulled out of the market? I had to use it to survive. By December, I looked at my account. $3,000. That's all that was left. For weeks, I was devastated. I felt like the stupidest person alive. I had worked for 5 years to save that money, and I blew it in 6 months. But here's what I learned, and this might actually change your life if you're just starting out. Lesson 1. An emergency fund isn't optional, it's the foundation. I thought $3,000 was enough, but life doesn't care about your calculations. Lesson 2. Investing money you can't afford to lose is gambling, not investing. That $47,000? I needed it. I should have only invested money I was okay with not touching for 5 to 10 years. Real investing is boring. It's putting money you don't need into index funds and forgetting about it for decades. Lesson 3. The market isn't your enemy, you are. The market didn't fail me. I failed myself. If I had just done nothing, I would have been fine. But I sold at the bottom because I was scared. I made emotional decisions instead of logical ones. Lesson 4. Financial literacy isn't optional anymore. I did all of this because I didn't know what I was doing. I listened to random people on the internet. I followed hype. I should have taken time to actually learn about investing before throwing my life savings into it. Lesson 5. Slow and steady actually works. After I lost that money, I started over. I built my emergency fund first, 6 months of expenses. Then I started investing just $200 a month into a simple S&P 500 index fund. No crypto, no individual stocks, no trying to beat the market. Over the past 18 months, I've built that up to $11,000. It's not the $50,000 I once had, but this time it feels different. I'm not anxious, I'm not checking my portfolio every hour, because this time I'm doing it right. Look, I know a lot of finance channels tell you success stories, but nobody talks about the failures. So here's my message. If you're just starting out with money, slow down. Start with the basics. Build an emergency fund, 6 months of expenses. Pay off high-interest debt. Invest consistently into a broad index fund. Educate yourself. And think long-term. Wealth isn't built in 6 months. It's built over decades. I lost $47,000, but I gained something more valuable. I learned how money actually works. And honestly, that lesson was worth every penny. If you've made mistakes with money, you're not alone. But the beautiful thing is you can always start over. You just have to be willing to learn, to be patient, and to do it the right way. If this story helped you, or if you've made similar mistakes, drop a comment below. And if you want more real, honest financial content for beginners, subscribe. Thanks for watching and make better financial decisions than I did.